Hi, I'm Greg Whitstock, the Pond Guy, the founder and CEO of Aquascape. And before I was the Pond Guy, I was living in this house as a hobbyist. In 1982, my family moved here from New Jersey, and this is the house that allowed me to build my first pond for my turtles. I brought 11 of my favorite pet turtles with me and started digging a hole. And this pond became my classroom. The very first skimmer made out of a garbage can, the very first biofalls made out of a cattle trough. This pond's been here for 35 years. This is really the pond that started the professional water feature business right here. And we're gonna rip it out, rebuild it, and modernize it for a modern aquascape pond. Let's go check it out. So this is it. This is the pond that started an industry right here. It's so exciting to be able to come back and rebuild it. This pond was originally built in 1982. The last time we've done anything to this was 10, 12 years ago, where I added a new skimmer and a new biofalls. So the first thing that we're gonna do today is drain it all out, catch the fish with the help of the girls, and start pulling everything out, because we're gonna replace the liner. Underneath it is concrete, so we're not gonna mess with the concrete. So the new homeowners wanna clean this up. It's gonna look beautiful when we're done, and I couldn't be more excited to be out here working on basically the water feature that started an entire professional water feature industry. Before there was underlayment, there was newspaper. December 1989, high of 50. We've come a long way, baby. Apparently, below this newspaper, there's a piece of plywood. Day two, it is a muddy mess. It rained last night, of course, but we brought in reinforcements. Ed and Brian, the two longest standing guys out here, getting dirty in the pond that started it all. A little bit of a challenge because we're putting it on top of concrete. We're having to build the ledges up with gravel and rock. Speaking of rock, that rock right over there, as a 12-year-old boy, pulled that out of the water with a couple of buddies and my dad and brought that in here. So that rock, put it right back where it started. We'll see what we got in a couple hours. We should be starting to clean up the rocks pretty soon and get this thing filled up, and hopefully by the end of the day, definitely by the end of the day, we'll have water running. Okay, just got done burying the biofalls back a couple feet from where it was before. It's gonna have probably about a 6 or 10 inch drop going in right here to an upper pool. Perfect viewing area from where she says she lives. In here every morning with a cup of coffee, she's gonna be able to look down and see this little upper pool. Nice little waterfall coming down here. Little stream coming into a bigger pool back over here. Twist back again, another waterfall, and then a final crashing waterfall right back into the pond. And 35 years after the original water feature was built, it'll be a modern aquascape pond. There we go, guys. What do you think?
I like it.
Oh, it's just starting. It's just starting. We got more water. Look.
Wow, yes. It's perfect.
So what do you guys think?
I like it.
Awesome.
Yeah? All right, that's it. There you go. It's a nice, like an upper pond. you know, this is a small reflecting pool, so when, Molly, when you're sitting in there having your coffee, you can look out and the birds will love, love, love this because of the shallow, slow-moving water. Yes?
I do. I love it. It's beautiful. I feel like I want to cry.
And I love all the birds and the animals that come because of it.
And I think the girls are gonna have a lot more fun now being able to get in
Oh, yeah.
and interact. We put the steps in there for them to get in and out. And wait till we get it all landscaped. It's like just starting now, but I mean, it's like the decorations on a Christmas tree. When we get the mulch down, we get the plants in, the flowers. And now that we took this tree out, you got sunlight. All right, I'm so excited to show you guys what this looks like. We finished up about 3 weeks ago on this 35-year pond, bringing it up to date, a pond that started an industry. I am literally salivating sitting here thinking what it would have been like if I had these products 35 years ago. But then again, if it wasn't through experimentation like this pond began, these products wouldn't exist today. So here's our signature 1000 skimmer. Remember, the first one of these was a garbage can. This is a phenomenal skimmer. That's probably 12 generations in from the very first garbage can skimmer that went in there. The other part of the filtration is the biological filtration, and that's the Biofalls. The Biofalls 2500. Now remember, that was a Rubbermaid cattle trough, the very first Biofalls. It was right up there at the top. Then we have the maintenance items. We have the automatic dosing system. This thing is incredible because it automatically adds your water treatments and you don't have to do it yourself. It eliminates the hassle of having to figure out your water treatments. We then have the IonGen system. Oh my gosh, a miracle product. It literally eliminates string algae in a pond and is safe when used properly with fish. We have the pump. It is a 2,000 to 4,000 gallon per hour pump, so you can adjust the sound of the waterfalls and the look of the waterfalls with a simple remote control. The check valve that goes into it, I can't even believe how slick this is. And of course, the underwater lights, the LED lights. So these are the products that we updated a 35-year-old pond with. I would have given my arm and a leg to have these when I first began, but it was only because of ponds like this one that these products even exist today. So the heart of every system is your pump. And this is a modern version of the pumps that I originally used, which were sump pumps. This is an AquaSurge 2,000 to 4,000 asynchronous pump, high efficiency, made for continuous duty, and best of all, comes with a remote control so that you can adjust it. A pump like this is really the heart of your system. So to have a pump like this to actually recirculate your water efficiently, very low electrical costs, and is designed to run 24/7, unlike the first sump pumps that I use inside these skimmers. All right, so here's what it looks like inside. Giant basket. I mean, for a guy like me that really loves this stuff, even my dog Buckeye loves it. Really cool feature about the Signature 1000. You can see the leaves coming in right now. As soon as they come in, if you want to empty the basket, you just simply click it closed and it will start draining. Well, as long as you're going to be pumping water for the waterfalls, you might as well have it skim the surface debris, and then all you got to do is lift the basket out, all of your leaves and debris, empty that out, and put it back. It's like having somebody cut your lawn for you, and then you just have to empty the bag. Everything's buried. The check valve, beautiful setting right here going in, and we also have an overflow. So this is what will actually drain the pond. So everything is below and buried. Open it up, let the water back in, and voila, and everything gets hidden away. So here's the electrical where the pump is plugged in, but we also have 3 new items that I would have given an arm and a leg for to have back when I built this pond. One is the dosing system. This is probably one of the greatest inventions we've ever made because we noticed that people didn't add water treatments to their ponds as regularly as they should. This thing, unlike a human, never forgets. The doser, whatever you do, you just set it to whatever size pond you have and it automatically adds whatever water treatment that your pond needs. Here's the actual panel for the IonGen. And what this works is it gets rid of string algae, which is fantastic because we would get crystal clear clear water, but whenever you've got sunlight and you've got nutrients in the water, algae is a plant and it's gonna grow. The Iongen eliminates long string algae in a pond. It's got a 1 to 10 number on here, and whenever there's no algae in the pond, string algae, you just turn it down to 0, and whenever it comes back, you just click it up and make it go higher. And the last thing that we have to cover is the low voltage LED lighting. That's actually the transformer, and there's a photocell on part of that, and it will actually turn your lights off in the day and turn them on at night. One of the other things besides developing new products is keeping them energy efficient, which is in line with our environmentally friendly business. So our energy efficient pumps, to even our products that are smaller, like the Iongen, the dosing system, which are all 1 or 2 watts, and then the lighting system, the LEDs, which is anywhere from 1 to 6 watts. Keeping things environmentally efficient and energy efficient is what we want to strive for as a company. The apex of every waterfall or every stream is a biofalls. A biofalls 2500 sits down here. This is actually a real slick unit compared to the first ones, which were made out of cattle troughs. There's a rock and plant tray that goes right here that help camouflage the inside. And then always your biological filter medium. Your biological filter pads, this is where your bacteria will grow, and as the water flows up through it, the bacteria will help digest the nutrients that would feed your poor water quality conditions. On the back, you have 2 ports. You can either use 2 pump lines coming into here, everything is buried, or you can keep one open for a clean out pump. So on top of the filter mat comes with bags, and we actually use bio balls, and this becomes additional supplementation for bacteria to colonize on. That sits down, everything gets buried, goes into the ground, and on the back you have 2 ports. You can either use 2 pumps to go into it, or you can keep one for a clean out area with a discharge line. All of these products were developed because of ponds just like this one. This pond literally launched an industry. How gorgeous is that? This is a modern aquascape pond now. Literally the pond that started an entire industry. It's got every single kit and caboodle and widget to make a water feature low maintenance and beautiful. It's got a brand new biofall system that's sunk into the ground, unlike the old one. It's got an updated modern skimmer. All of the rocks and gravel are rebuilt. It's even got a beautiful tropical lily. And look at that water. Look at that fish. So what's so cool is I made this little pool up here for the kids to splash around in and play around in, and she said that's exactly what they do. So we're trying to keep them more or less out of the pond completely, although they're still in there because they're kids, and we gave them this little upper pool here. I've already seen 2 frogs build it and they will come, and this is what an ecosystem pond is supposed to look like.